But I just started it up and there was a horrible screeching noise coming from the alternator belt. So I took the alternator out. So I was looking for a replacement and I couldn't find one anywhere. But I did find this. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the second episode on the Porsche 924. In the first episode, I picked this up for £500. This abandoned project Porsche 924. Hadn't run for I think about 10 years or so. The guy had done some weird jobs to it, odd jobs here and there, brakes, but they all need redone. Didn't have a starter motor in it, which is a bit weird, but we got it running, got it driving. But at the moment, I can't get it to stop. But in this episode, hopefully by the end of the episode, we'll have something that resembles more of a car, and hopefully it's been driven on the road, and hopefully we'll take this thing for a proper drive where I can actually stop. But yeah, we need to get the car down to the workshop. Tyres are flat. I need to sort that out. They're obviously leaking somewhere. They're new tyres, so I imagine they're leaking around the rim somewhere. First thing I want to look at is probably the braking system on this car. Need to get that all sorted. We started working on that side, need to finish working on the other side, check what's going on in the back, and probably replace some of the lines that are going down the middle of the car. We've got a lot of electrical issues. They can be fixed. They're not too complicated on these cars. The engine's making a bit of a funny noise. We haven't really delved into that yet. I'm hoping it's just loose stuff and not the engine that's completely had it. Maybe I should look at that first, to be honest, before I put any more money into this. But yeah, let's get the car down to the workshop and start working on the brakes. Alright, so the front brakes are all pretty much sorted. All the lines look good, calipers look good. Everything looks like it should work on the front half of the brakes. I'm going to have to delve into these back ones because it looks like the guy's been in here too, because they are also red. It looks like he painted everything he touched red. So I'm going to have a look in those because some strange noises coming from this one when you pump the brakes. So either they're not adjusted or they're just not fitted correctly. But yeah, I'm going to whip this off, have a good look in there, in the drums, that side too, and hopefully we can delve to the issue of why this thing doesn't stop. Alright, so with those brakes adjusted, I do now have a brake pedal. The one on the other side hadn't even started to be adjusted. It was wound all the way in on the adjusters. I do have a brake pedal now. It's still a little bit squishy at the beginning, but it seems to work. It'll be good enough for testing at the moment. I'm just going to try and find out where these tyres are leaking, because these rear ones go flat within about a day. So put a bit of a soapy water on it around the bead. Hopefully it's just leaking around the bead somewhere. See where it's leaking, and then hopefully I can get this sorted. Alright, so where the bubbles have appeared is basically where it's leaking. There's one here, I think it's one there, 2 over that side, and 1 up here. I think it might actually be 2. But yeah, so wherever the bubbles are is where it's leaking, so this tire needs to come off this wheel, and that whole rim needs cleaned up. Let's just check the back side as well. No leaks on the back. The back looks fine. You notice it straight away when it's leaking. So it's all just the front side of this one. All right, so managed to break the bead on the tire. It didn't show how I did that. Well, I had a friend help me. Basically, it's probably not the right way to do it. It's definitely a bodge. You put the plank of wood on the tire like that, drive up it with the van, and it broke it off, which is pretty good. Now I've just sanded around a little bit on the inside of there. Gonna put a bit of tire seal and then pump it back up. Already done this one. This one is all good. No more leaks in that one. Hopefully this one will be the same. Alright, perfect. So both of those stopped leaking. Probably put a bit too much tire seal on it. I'll just give it a wipe off and put these back on. Now the brakes work. We can actually take the thing for a little bit more of a test drive than we did last time. So this thing is pretty much ready to take for a test drive, but I just started it up and there was a horrible screeching noise coming from the alternator belt. So I took the alternator out. Here it is, and I think the bearing's gone in it. So I was looking for a replacement, and I couldn't find one anywhere, but I did find this. I'll show you around this car in a minute, but I may have had a little bit of an accident when I was picking it up. Yeah, it's not good. Alright, so behind me is a 1983 or 84, I think. 924, bog standard, 2 litre. It's complete engine and drivetrain in the car. Dashboard, it's just missing the seats. All the seats and the carpets have been taken out of it. It's pretty rotten, but I really needed a new alternator for mine, and I think the one on here is okay. It's also got a lot of trim pieces that we'd need. But anyway, when I was going to pick it up, we got the car on the back of the trailer, and I was standing on the back of the trailer. As I stepped off the back of the trailer, my foot landed in a rut on the concrete, and just completely twisted my ankle. It's very bruised, and I fractured the front bone going down there, so it's going to take a little while to heal. So there's not much I can do at the moment, unfortunately. As soon as I can walk, I'll be back at doing as many things as I can. But yeah, but right now this is quite a large price to pay for an alternator. Well, the car wasn't. The car was only £350, which is absolute steal. But yeah, it's getting quite irritating. We'll see if we can get a little bit more done in this video. Alright, seeing as I can't really do much, I thought I'd just show you guys around this car and show you why I got it so cheap. From a distance, it does look pretty good. It looks pretty mint, but it really isn't. Around the back here, this is quite a common place for them to rust. This one actually hasn't rusted. It's really good condition around the back end. The spoiler, turbo spoiler and everything, that's in really good condition. The wheels are in really good nick, so I'm probably going to steal those. But here's where it starts to get quite bad. I mean, all the paint is peeled off, but someone decided to fit a sunroof to this. This isn't the sunroof that comes with these cars, and it is just peeled. Basically, that is all body filler over there. I'll go around the other side and show you, but that is all body filler. Look, you can see here how thick it is. It's about, I don't know, about that much body filler across this whole roof, and it's all peeled off, and this has leaked pretty badly into the car, which has then caused, oh yeah, obviously there's no seats in the car. That's one of the reasons it was so cheap as well, but apparently they were so rotten that they just had to go in the bin. But the water leaking through the sunroof has caused the floors to basically rot out. The other side is pretty bad as well, if I can zoom in over there. I mean, it's not impossible to save, but it's pretty bad. I mean, someone might want this shell when I'm done with it. But yeah, it's got the brown dash. It's all really cracked like they always are. But it has got, I think, there's 91,000 miles on this. I'm pretty sure they're genuine. There's a key. It came with a key. Nice. Porsche key. It's better than what I got with the other one. It's obviously had... I mean, apparently this steering wheel's completely broken. I do quite like this though. This middle. I don't think I've got that on the other one. How do you open that? Yeah, I quite like that. I found this when I was just looking in the glove box and stuff. This is a newspaper from 1992. And I think that was the last time this was on the road. I don't know what it says on it, but it's pretty crispy. But yeah, this is basically a complete car. Again, around the front, it's all pretty straight this side. Yeah, nothing's really... I was hoping it would have these trim bits on it that I could take off, because mine are hanging off. But we have a badge. That's one part we're going to need. They're quite expensive, those badges. And this side is where it gets a bit rough. So apparently it was actually not like this when the guy picked it up. This was getting it out of the shed that it was in, that it had been in for about 30 years. Getting it out of that shed caused all this damage, apparently. But it's quite extensive. In the door, I mean, it's not... I've got a nice wing there. Maybe we could salvage this car instead of the other one. I actually don't know what the best option is. I think this is too far gone though. Let's just check in here. So yeah, you can see down here, this rust is just... it's everywhere. That... yeah. I think this is unsalvageable. I mean, it's I've welded up 1,000 times worse, but it's here that I think has caused this car to be unsalvageable. This butchering of this roof has basically, for me, I don't really want to get involved with any of that. You need a new roof, really, to sort that out. But it's not tragic. I think the sills have also gone in here. I can't get with my foot right now. I can't get quite under it to show you. Nice brown door cards, brown and cream. That's pretty gross. Let's get under the bonnet. Here's another piece that we don't have. This mirror, I've got it, but it's got no glass in it. So that's useful. I mean, it's a lot of cars to buy just for a mirror. Again, all the wheels are in pretty nice nick. This actually looks incredibly complete under here. Very original. It still has all the ducting that goes to the back of the alternator. So apparently it's only got 90,000 miles on it. My other one, this one, says that it's only got 60. I don't believe it. But everything under the bonnet is here. And it should run, in theory. The guy said it turned over. He said he couldn't get a spark out of it. I'll check the spark, but usually with these it's fuel related. So we'll delve into the whole thing. As soon as I can walk again, I will see if I can get this thing running. I'm getting better. I'm only on one crutch now, so I'm getting close to it. But yeah, see if we can get this running. See what parts we need to swap over into this one. I mean, I don't know if I can get this running and driving, I don't know what a price would be for 2 running and driving Porsche 924s projects. I think this one's unsalvageable, but in total this has cost me £850 for both of these 2 cars, so I could make a bit of money out of these. Make one nice car out of the 2, hopefully, it was the plan. Or sell them on as 2 running and driving projects. We'll see. I have to be where this video ends, which is a shame. And I'll try and get another one to you as soon as possible. But unfortunately for now, I should really be at home with my feet up. But thank you very much for watching, guys.